Good day. Hope everybody out there is having a good one. If it's your first time to the channel, what we do is we follow people's suggestions, and it's let us find all sorts of music we never would have found any other way, from regions and areas that we never would have gotten fed music. I guarantee, take a look around the playlists, and I guarantee you're going to find things that you never knew existed, stuff you never knew you needed in your life. It's going to be a new favorite thing. But either way, I guarantee you're going to find some music that you never knew was out there. And there's so much of it to be had. We get really region locked. And, you know, even to this day of being so connected with, we still get tunnel visioned. And so it helps when other people come in, actual people, they turn out to be much better than any algorithm. Thus far, I mean, we haven't gotten into the quantum realms of algorithms yet, I don't think, but, you know, maybe that'll serve a chance. But for now, people, yeah, 100% way better. Now, one artist that we've met through these wonderful people is a Diana Navarro. Now, anybody that doesn't know, she's in the flamenco area, singer, songwriter, just all around awesome. We've got a couple videos here. I think the last one, she's in front of a small little audience, and I think that the recording she does summertime. It's just beautiful stuff. You really, you're in for a treat. I'm quite sure. This is Abandon Yourself and Fandangos, or Abandolaos and Fandangos. Abandon Yourself and Fandangos. All right. And Antonio Campos is also here. So, yeah. Viva Málaga que tiene. Coming right out the gate. See how much. Viva.
Porque lleno de flores, a la orillita del mar. Ahí donde nace.
Oh, it does.
Escuchar fandango mío, que lo que digo es verdad. Y escuchar fandango mío.
It's so like operatic.
Que arma hombre hace llorar, los tercios sí son sentidos de una acopla bien cantada.
Lungs, man. That's the guy always think, where's she getting all this air from?
Has tenido tu millares.
Up to the diaphragm.
Mujer
That is awesome. Now, why? Hold on, did it? Okay. Cantes Abandolaos. Okay. Gonna make sure we get the. Okay, I get it. All right. I thought it was a. The title's not right. It's just different. But wow. This. Okay. The last performance that we had, that she was with, it wasn't the last one that we did, but there was the last one where she was with in this kind of setting, with, I think it was like two guitars. It at times, and I know it's just everybody trying to kind of match everybody else's energy, but it almost seemed like there was this, fight to be, this back and forth, like the guitars were, too aggressive at times, it felt. And a lot of times that's not the fault of the, they're only hearing what they're hearing and they're going by what they're hearing. It's the person that's behind the board that has the last say on what you're hearing. So, obviously they got to bring it. But when it comes to the subtle things like volume and all those type of issues, they go by what they're hearing either in the ear or in their monitor. And depending on how loud they hear her vocals in that, they're going to try to match that. But sometimes that can be an issue because what they're hearing in the monitor isn't what you're hearing. Like, for instance, a drummer. The soundman will ask a drummer, what do you want in your monitors? Do you want full? You want just the guitar? You want bass? You want the singer? What do you want in? What do you drum to? It's it's one of those things. So going by, if they were just going by that, and that person kind of flips, your performance is dependent on what you're hearing through them. So if they're coming through too loud, you're gonna really try to match that energy. Now, all that being said, this I think was quite the opposite. I think the guitars felt very reserved. They only filled in the space when they needed to. And, they were there for accompaniment, not the other way around. The last one, and it was still a beautiful performance. And I mean, we're splitting hairs here. But, I think in comparison, where the guitars, it felt like she was accompanying the guitars versus the guitars are meant to be there to accompany them. They're the focal point. And speaking of that focal point, just phenomenal. Look, it goes without saying. I just keep repeating myself to, talk about, her singing style and the way that she just has these. She must have like very long lungs and the amount of training, and you can hear how she does it. She's got posture. She is a very learned, singer. She's got it down, but the way she can control the vibrato, there's people that would cheat to do something like that. And she even has like added in while she's doing that, she's also shaking her body to the point to where now it's almost like double the vibrato coming out of a person. There's no effects. It's just her. That's yeah. It's obviously some volume, a little bit of reverb there, but yeah, that's her. That's them. And Antonio, also brilliant. The the one thing I notice about all these, and I'm always saying the same thing, it's like, geez, the lung power. I mean, they really, and they stretch every bit of every last air molecule that can be used for sound is used. And to perfection. It's, yeah, awesome stuff. Yeah. And look, this is one of those things where, and I was, going to get the subtitles on, but it's like, you know what? This is a perfect example of we don't need them. It's not always about what the words you're hearing or, it's about the feeling that something conveys, and it doesn't have to tell you how to feel. It can just make you feel that way. And by expressing in the most emotive, emotional way, possible, there's a lot of brilliant singers on, but when you get to singers that, are out of your language barrier and they still touch you in the feels and get you in all the same spots than if you were to, say, listen to, Lana Del Rey or, any of the artists, the singing in the English language, Adele or, any, it's, and those artists too are a perfect presentation, a perfect example of, the presentation. You don't have to understand to get the vibe, to get the feeling, the emotion, and that's beautiful. And when you find music from somewhere else that you don't even need to know what they're saying to feel the feeling that they want you to feel, now you got me here doing the whole Captain Picard. Ah. Oh, it's awesome stuff. And I'm a big fan of her, everything that I've seen or heard from her has just been so, like, it's another one of those artists that just when you think you've been wowed to your wowest, nope, here comes some more wow. And but yeah, and I love that when an artist can keep surprising you or pulling out stuff and keep pulling tricks out that you thought you had a good beat on what they and then they just keep pulling out stuff out and it gets you and you're like, oh, slow down a minute, man. I'm running out of tissues over here. Whew. And, I really think there are some musics that are better than others at that. And I think there also are some musics when they find their way to do that, and even in the metal regions, rock regions, or whatever, and, when they find their niche and their way to get that out there, those are the artists that stick with you. We just had the passing of the great Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, and he would be the perfect example of you compare, like, say, Ozzy with Dio. Well, there's no who's better. It's who's presenting it in what way. And Ozzy was a great presenter. He found these melodies and things and stuff that stuck with you. And not only that, but lyrically, but he had these melodies and things that you just could shake from your head. And that's great writing. And, also stuff that, you didn't even need to hear, like, when you hear songs like Revelation Mother Earth or, songs in that range, you get it. And, the same thing is happening here. And it happens in spades a lot in the flamenco areas. So, if you just dipping your toe into the flamenco areas, yeah, this is, you're in for a good ride. Because there's a lot of just awesome, inspirational artists, musicians, guitarists, and or otherwise. Just check it out. There's a lot to be had in the flamenco playlist, as well as we need to just make a playlist of Spain. We need to make playlists of just brilliant guitarists, and brilliant singers. There's just so much out there, and so many brilliant people that aren't getting enough, worldly attention. And I hope that this helps open up some people. I know there's a lot of people over here in the States that are sick of the mainstream. I, too, am sick of that mainstream. That same very stream. Yep, sick of it. Don't like it. Had enough. It's bullshit. There are good things that do come out of it, but the mainstream peaked 20 years ago. Sorry. But right now, they're just dripping out what they can. And a lot of the good music, a lot of the great music that's really going viral and stuff, a lot of that stuff's not signed by a major label. So let that sink into your brain there for a second. But with some of these other artists, there's no other way to hear them outside of their region unless they have some big money behind them, or somebody pushing their videos out, or somebody like you suggesting it to somebody like me. And then my dumbass will come along and tell everybody else to go check it out. So, in lieu of that, go check this out. This is Diana Navarro. She's, I don't think she's related to Mr. Navarro of Jane's Addiction. Oh yeah, he was in Red Hot Chili Peppers too. But yeah, Dave Navarro. I don't. Yeah, Dave and Diana Navarro. Maybe they could be related somehow down the road. I'm gonna have to look into that. Are they? Does anybody know? It might be even spelled different. I don't know. Off topic. Sorry. Squirrel. Okay. Hope everybody out there is having a great day. Hope it's going as good as it possibly can be. We got tons more news, reviews, reacts, all sorts of awesome stuff in the musical realms and beyond. I highly encourage you to check out Diana Navarro and her music. She's got a wealth of music to dig into, and just a lot of beautiful stuff that's really going to hit you in the feels. So, if you want to sit back and really just get served some emotional bliss, there you go. So, have a good day out there, everybody, and like, comment, subscribe, let us know about an artist or a band or somebody that we should be checking out, and we will get to them as soon as possible. And, as soon as we possibly can, and, other than that, have a great day out there, everybody. See you in the next one.